Good afternoon, Gary.
Hey, Dwayne, how are you?
Well, I just left another Zoom event that's happening at the exact same time as we're running.
Oh, very good.
So I let them know that I will be joining them probably in half an hour to 45 minutes
Got it.
because theirs runs until 5 p.m.
Looks like, let's see who else is here. Nancy's coming in. Richard. Susan joined us.
Hi there. How
Hi,
do I get
Susan.
my video?
You see a little camera button, Susan, maybe bottom
I think-
left.
Video on the bottom?
Yeah, it should be bottom left.
Okay,
Hey, Giovanni.
here I
Good-
am. Okay, thanks. Okay. Hey,
Who else do we? Oh, John. Is that?
John is here.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, I didn't
See me?
recognize the name. Yeah,
You can hear me?
I hear you good.
Good. You know,
Richard,
John,
Nancy,
John,
Eric.
tilt your screen because your head is small on the bottom. Or get a bigger chair.
Put a couple telephone books under you.
There you are, better.
Ah,
better.
Much better.
Hello, Richard.
Hi, Giovanni. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Oh, good, good, good. Everybody well, I hope?
Yep,
Hang
Yeah,
on.
doing well.
How you doing, Susan?
good. How are you?
You feeling better?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good, especially when I use this.
Oh, no.
There
Oh,
you go.
gosh.
It's been a long couple of weeks here, guys.
When did we get so old?
Awful. Awful. I did the hip replacement for my grandchildren and I'm almost regretting it right now. The pain was extraordinary,
Wow.
but it's okay. Supposedly I'm getting better. Ah, geez, terrible. I have a cane too, but there's a little bit of pain here this afternoon, so I decided to use the walker to come in here instead. That's how it is.
All right.
Howdy,
we got
everybody.
We got a lot of people joining, Susan.
It said Jeff, all the way from Minnesota.
Right.
How you
Greetings.
doing?
Good.
All right.
Enjoying the snow.
I would imagine.
What snow?
Well, we're getting a nice gentle snow today.
How many inches?
Oh, maybe one if we get,
Oh.
not much. We haven't, it's been a very warm winter.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Would you believe my grandson has been activated and is in Washington, D.C.
Uh-huh.
on 12-hour shifts, and they put them up in a nice hotel. When I was in the Army, we were an old stinky barracks.
Hey, you're lucky you had barracks. I didn't have any barracks in Vietnam.
I didn't get to Vietnam. I was afraid I was going to get there, but I never did.
Well, I was above DMZ. I was right outside Hanoi. I was a Black Ops Special Forces tunnel rat.
Oh.
I was a paramedic.
Our good old Army days.
Yeah, my wife's father was a medic over there. And I think he put in 3 tours of duty. He was never the same.
Oh, I'm not the same.
Oh, you look fine.
Well, I'm the only member of my unit that made it back. The only thing is now I have the COVID haircut because I'm a barber shop. So they didn't allow any hair when I was in the military.
So now it's your rebellious stage, huh?
Exactly. I'm going back to my teenage years. Rock
Right.
band.
Yeah,
Back when
exactly.
Woodstock was around. Yep.
Yeah, I have photos here with, long hair, mustache, wire rim glasses. I had to play the part in the band,
Yep, yep.
so how it was. But I had fun. It was great fun, actually.
But back in those days, though, I was playing the converter free bass with straight classical music in the late 60s till 1970.
Wow.
And performing with the New York Philharmonic with Leonard Bernstein and Arthur Fiedler up with the Boston Pops. And Myron was my teacher back then.
Yeah, I love that man.
He could play. And a lot of people didn't know he played converter free bass.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he played with the Chicago Symphony and down close to where Jeff is in the Minneapolis Symphony.
Some years ago, actually the year that he passed away, I got a call, and some of you in the club might recall this story. I got a call from Dick Contino. It was like sometime, let me suggest March. And he called me and he said, listen, they're going to honor me, Art Van Dam, and Myron Florin in Vegas sometime in May. He said, I want you to come out and be my guest. And I said, geez, that would be wonderful. I was so excited. But about 2 weeks prior to the celebration, he called me back and he said, we're putting everything on hold. He said, Myron is not feeling very well. He said, and we prefer to have him there rather than to give him this award and celebration when he's not there. So I was disappointed, but I thought, okay, well, it'll happen later this year. August of that year, he passed away. And so I never got to meet one of my couple of heroes.
Well, I got to meet two of his daughters because once a month he would give me my 3-hour lesson up in Manhattan. He would fly out from Minneapolis, St. Paul to give me my 3-hour lesson once a month for 3 years.
Oh,
My dad paid dearly for my lessons.
yes.
Imagine so. Yeah.
So
Richard,
Susan,
did you get to meet Tony? What was his last name?
Lavello.
Gary
oh, Lavello?
Tony Lavello.
Lavello. Did you get to meet him? Oh, he's a character.
Yeah.
I went over Tony, Lisa Spoller. What's their last name?
Kristovich.
Kristovich.
Yeah.
And Tony Lavello asked me to play the accordion. I picked it up. I could not play anything. With him there, I just froze. I had bought a lot of his music, which I really loved, but I couldn't play for it.
Wow. I also meant to tell everybody here, if you know these people, Peter D. Giovanni and Joan Grauman and Patricia Bartel all send their best. I have been in contact with the Washington Metropolitan Accordion Society. I played for their Christmas show. And also I'm in constant contact with Patricia Bartel at the Accordion Life Academy out in Seattle, Washington, with her group. So they all.
How is she doing, Dwayne?
She's doing well. Real
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Getting back to Tony, John, you'll recall that Stanley Darrow used to have those shindigs at King of Prussia and other places.
Yes.
And Tony was the featured artist that one year. And we just kind of hung out together. But after the whole shindig was over, Tony Kristovich and Lisa, they invited him and a few people back to their house there near Price's Corner. And I never had a chance to play for Tony before. And Tony Kristovich said, he said to Tony Lavello, he said, let me have Richard play a couple of tunes for you. And I was a little shy. I was a little uptight about that. But we sat in his kitchen and I played and he played. And then we did a few polkas and he called it the dueling accordions. We took 8 to 16 measure improvisations each, and we were kind of feeding off it. That was great fun. And he paid me a very nice compliment, actually. So
That's nice.
yeah, that was
When
kind of fun.
Dick Catino was at my house, never asked me to play. Thank God, because I rose up again. Just, it's like trying to sing in front of a great singer. I just couldn't play.
Listen,
It's funny you say that because when I was playing down at Washington a couple of weeks ago, who should sit in the audience but Joan Cochran Summers? Tell me about being put in your place. And I don't know whether you know Professor Summers, but she was the professor at University of Missouri that taught Lydia Kaminska and got her PhD.
Hmm.
I felt so little with her being in the audience. She's like gargantuan as far as her music knowledge.
that's wonderful.
Oh, somebody else said hello too. Henry Doktorsky,
Oh, I just sent him a message. Just,
Mr. Chess Man himself.
yeah, about a half hour ago. How about that? Hey, John, you know what I always regretted? When we hosted Dick at that luncheon that day,
Yes.
after his performance at Three Little Bakers, I was so thrilled to sit next to him. It was just an honor. But I remember the conversation we had where we said, "Oh, don't bring any accordions. Let's just make this a luncheon."
Yes.
So I'm sitting next to Dick Contino at an accordion club luncheon, talking back and forth. He says to me, "Where are the accordions?"
I said, don't bring them because he played at the Bakers that afternoon. And
Yeah,
I didn't think it was appropriate to ask him to play.
he was so disappointed. He
I
said,
said,
"Where are the accordions?"
that's the way I express myself. And you don't have any accordions here.
I never forgot that. Here we thought we were doing something quote unquote appropriate for the luncheon. Little did we know he's going to ask for accordions.
He was
Oh,
really impressed. He walked in that room and there must have been 20 of us. We all clapped. He says, okay, for my next performance. But he enjoyed that. And I said, Dick, you want a drink? You gonna have one? You have one, I'll have one.
yeah.
And after a while, he hit me on the knee. I knew that meant, all right, let's get out of here.
I felt terrible at last meeting there, Susan, of stealing your song there with the Chipmunks.
Oh, that's okay. I put the music away until next year.
There you go.
Susan, is somebody gonna
Marker. Don't play the Chipmunk song. That's Susan's.
Susan, is somebody gonna play?
Yeah, who wants to start?
Yeah, who plans on playing today? Are you able to play, Susan, or no?
Maybe save me later.
Okay. Richard, I'm guessing you're not able to play today, right?
No, I can't pick up anything heavy for the
Okay.
next several weeks.
Okay, yeah, understandable. Who else?
I can play, Gare.
Oh, okay, good. Bob's here. I have a couple videos from Eric. I recorded myself last night. I don't know why my bass isn't recording, but I'll play it for this week's, and then next month or this month's, and maybe next month I'll play live. Anyone else?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Gary. Shoemaker.
we hear you.
Oh,
Jeff,
can
are you going to play, or Dwayne?
Yeah, I can play. I got the box here.
All right. Yeah, why don't you?
I have the box around the corner. It's up to you.
All right, well, here, I'll play one of Eric's videos if you want to get ready, Bob, and then you can go after Eric's videos.
Okay.
Or I'll play all the videos and then we'll save Bob and Susan for the end. Nancy, were you
I
going to play?
also have There's also a friend online, Kalman Zilberman. I don't know if he's ready to play today, but if there's time,
Oh,
we can ask him.
all
I
right.
don't see him up there. Is he there?
He's got to
I see his
unmute.
name. He's on mute.
Hello, yes, hi. Hi, everybody. This is the first time I'm with you, so I'll better listen to you first, okay?
Okay,
No, that's it.
all right.
Let me find Eric's video here.
So instead of chipmunks, we have Flintstones today.
It's much easier in person. I'm missing everyone in person to be able to play. Here we go. Very good.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Did you notice the
Nice.
oopses?
Appreciated that.
Yeah, I want to be honest of when I'm editing and not playing it straight through.
Well, here, I'll play your second one then too, Eric.
Okay.
I think my video just needs a oops from beginning to end on it. But
Okay. This is Shalom Aleichem.
All right.
you're nice. That's pretty.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be played at our synagogue on Friday night.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right. I'll play. I recorded 3 songs last night, so I'll play this, and then maybe Bob can play for us.
was the name of that?
That one, that's called a polka, what's the name of that? Polka Down Memory Lane, something with Memory Lane.
Oh my God, you sound like Alex Mexner.
Thank you.
You'd be great with us up at the Austrian Village Restaurant when we have open mics again.
Yeah, I've heard. I don't live too far from there. I've heard about it, but I've never been.
Don Bitterlich runs the show there.
Mhm.
He's the president of Veronica Erzaberge Club in Southampton, and also Con Stodders. And he also plays down at the Phillies games during Oktoberfest. So
Oh, okay.
we have open mic there, and some nights we have up to 30 accordionists.
Wow. Yeah, maybe when this is all over, I'll definitely come.
You're welcome to come.
Thank you. Okay. I think this is, these are some standards, either standards or waltzes, and then that would be it.
The professor that does the accordion thing is the one he was.
Okay, and then this next one is two waltzes. One is, I don't know if it's a popular song, but it's from Cleveland, where I'm originally from. It's called Ting-a-Ling, and then I'm not sure what other waltz I recorded here.
Bravo,
Wonderful.
bravo.
Very nice.
Thank you. Bob, that last song was illegal polka, but I played it as a waltz. I don't know if you recognized it. Bob Shoemaker.
May I guys ask a question? I heard somebody mentioned there is some kind of club in Southampton.
Yes,
Court-
it's Ursaburg Club in Southampton, Pennsylvania. The Veronagung Ursaburg.
Lower Southampton, Upper Southampton?
It's actually right off of Street Road at Davisville Road.
Can you send me any information? I would appreciate that if possible.
I can try to send it down to Sue, and maybe she can forward it to you.
Yes, I live in Southampton, but I have no
Do you?
clue.
Right around the corner from me, fella. I'm in Horsham.
Okay, so we're right nearby.
Absolute.
Well, I can
But
give you my phone
You're
number.
welcome to come up to the open mic also when we get it rolling again.
The one on near Rome Street, you mean on 232, right?
That is correct on
I can give you my phone number if you want.
hold on, let me get a pen.
Sure.
I used to live in Holland, right there next to Southampton.
Here we are. Across the street is Holland from us, right?
I'll be darned.
Here we are.
You
So how
lived
could we-
you lived
What
in
is-
Holland. That would be a fellow that I used to ride long distance bicycles with. Lived in Holland, Dave Joya. We used to ride century rides, 100-milers.
Okay. Nice.
Go ahead and give me the phone number.
It's 267 658 7760.
Got it. Very
Thank
good.
you very much. Yeah, please send me information.
Absolutely.
Send me a message. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
I will. But
Okay.
I was going to ask Gary, do you play acoustic?
I do.
accordion?
Yeah. That's how, obviously, that's how I learned. And then I bought that red Roland from Bob actually at the club.
Oh, Mr. Shoemaker's accordion.
Yeah. And now
Okay.
I'm
familiar
sold
when he
somewhat.
played that.
Yeah, I like the Roland. I like it for the voices, but I still like the accent you can get with the acoustic.
Well, that's the whole thing. I've watched a lot of people play Rolands. I don't care whether it's a 4X, a 7X, the 8X. And I noticed that quite often they get lazy by not using the bellows as they're supposed to be used. They just sit there and do this without doing this.
Yeah.
Well,
almost
you,
like a-
you do it, but it doesn't take very much effort.
Yeah.
That's correct. And
There's
to
a
me,
there's a pressure sensor, you know, the bellows move. On a
Cor-
7X, you can actually adjust it where the bellows move a little bit, you know.
correct. But the thing is, when you're a concert accordionist like me, that just takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah, but when you play, when I play out, you know, it's an effective instrument, you know, it really
sure.
is it's an effective instrument. You can get a lot more things out. You know, I enjoyed listening to all the conversations. I go out to Vegas every year for the last about 14, 15 years. And Summers, she directs the accordion orchestra at the
Yes.
end of the 4 days. I had lunch with Dick Contino, had some pretty good stories with Dick. Frank Morocco,
Oh,
he
sure.
passed away. One of my friends from California, he took lessons from Morocco. He drove 2 hours every day or every week, and it was unbelievable how good the guy got
Well,
after 3
here's the
years.
thing, Bob, when you're saying that, Elke Ehrenholz, who was his last manager, built both of my accordions that I have now. And she personally did the quality control checks of them. And my second teacher before Myron was Frank Mulletier. He played duets quite often with Frank Maraca on Long Island clubs and also Jersey
Yeah.
Shore clubs. Yep.
Morocco was quite good. He passed away also. But the best musician, and you haven't mentioned him, the best musician who happens to play the accordion was Joey Miskelin.
Oh, sure.
Joey
Oh,
Miskelin, unbelievable. I mean, that guy, he did his show, American Standards, you know, the American Standards book, and he had a sax player and a guitar player that they picked up in Vegas. And it was just unbelievable.
About 2 years ago, Bob, he played live at the Potosa Accordion shop for everybody that has a Potosa newsletter.
But he's an outstanding musician. I mean, he knows what he's doing. And the one thing with Contino, I asked Dick who his idol was when he was a kid. Who did he look up to? Because we all looked up to Dick Contino, right? And it was Ernie Felice.
Sure.
So I got on the YouTube and I found Ernie, and it was the block chords. You know, he played the 4 or 5 note chords. And I contacted Ernie's son, and he actually sold online Ernie's book. And it was, you'll learn all the scales in 4 or 5 notes. But it was that he was Dick Contino's idol. And
well, who I thought you were going to say, Robert, was Anthony Gallerini.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to interrupt real quick. We have Zoom's going to disconnect us in 3 minutes so that we give Bob and possibly Susan time to play.
Okay. Well,
if everyone wants to disconnect, and then we'll just reconnect.
I'm going to depart with you guys. I wish you all a happy New Year and safe goings on for the future. But I'm going to go out to my other Zoom event.
Sounds good. Thanks for joining.
Should I try to play this? Slavko Avsenik. You ever hear of Slavko Avsenik? It's Oberkreiner polkas, Slovenian polkas. Very interesting stuff. Very popular in Austria and Germany. And the melody, he plays the melodies on the bottom. So it's a third and a sixth, maybe, you know, that's a top, and the bottom would be the melody. And he only uses 2 chords. He uses the roots and the dominant. He doesn't use the subdominant chord, maybe once or twice. And one of the more popular songs is Off the Autobahn. The Germans, they play it in. And I got it set up so the clarinet's on the bottom.
Should we reconnect first?
Yeah, there's only 2 minutes left, so let's I'll close.
Slavko Avsenik, the orchestration, he played guitar, clarinet, trumpet, and horn. Not a tuba, but I forget what you call those horns, but very, very popular. He played concerts with as many as 100,000 people, sort of like Andre Rieu in Slovenia, Austria, and Germany. And his number is called Off the Autobahn. And I got it set up so that the clarinet plays the melody below the sixths and the thirds, which would be the accordion.
Very nice.
Okay. You want another one?
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Glenn hasn't been out there in Vegas. Of course, we missed this year, but he hasn't been out there for the last 2 years. I'm not sure if he has a health problem or what, but he gave a workshop the last time I was out there, and he asked for a volunteer to play, and I went up acoustic accordion, and I did okay with it with the bellows, but it took a little bit of doing. But he played along. We played a duet. He improvised and everything. And one of the numbers I did was a Benny Goodman number, If I Had You. And once again, it's clarinet and accordion. Let me see if I set this up. a nice song.
Yeah.
Benny Goodman was outstanding. And Ernie Felice, by the way, he did a few recordings with the Benny Goodman Trio. There's a few recordings that exist with Ernie Felice and Benny Goodman, and that's one of the numbers. If I Had You, beautiful.
How did he stack up against Artie Shaw?
Yeah,
We won't even go there.
they had.
I'm partial to Artie myself, but I
They
love
had,
Benny Goodman too.
Art Van Dam.
Ah.
Art Van Dam, he played out there in Vegas every year. And his role model and his style was developed from Benny Goodman. Most of the licks, his jazz licks, were very similar. If you listen to Art Van Dam, very similar to Benny Goodman. Okay, it looks like we got another player.
All right. All right, we'll go to Kalman.
Oh, okay. Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, we hear you.
1 second. Okay, I cannot turn on the sound. Here we are. Ah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, well, sounds like you're talking about Balkan music. If some people were talking about Balkan music, I would like to play maybe, I don't know, Moldavian piece or Romanian piece, okay, for you. Like 2 chorus. You like such music or you don't? Whatever. Okay. All right. I don't know. What kind of music should I play? I don't know. Let me play another piece for you. All right. Let me do this.
Very nice. All right.
Thank
Did
you.
have-
I appreciated that. That's new melodies to my ears.
Okay.
And we bring more of the world to us, so that's great.
Yeah, that's good.
So question, are you familiar with German Goldenstein from Moldova?
No.
Okay, yeah, he was in the army and he collected a lot of music, and yeah, it's been published now. Yeah.
You play the Jewish pieces. Let
Yeah.
me play like one Jewish piece for you too.
Sure, thank you.
William Mulcahy, you know William Mulcahy? Of course.
Carmen, do you know Paul Constantinescu, the Romanian composer?
No, I don't. Constantinescu.
He wrote a lot of religious music,
Okay, no.
and he wrote for a Romanian film too.
No, I do know some Romanian composers, but not like Fedov and stuff like that, but not this guy.
That was
Nice, very
good.
nice. Thank you.
That was good.
All right, Susan, you feel up to it or
Sure,
not this month?
I'm gonna try it.
All right.
Georgie Enescu, that's another name, Talman.
That's definitely familiar, yes. Definitely.
George Enescu.
Don't know him personally, but
You know of him, no?
of course, of course.
Yeah, he's probably the best known.
Yeah,
Of all the
probably
Romanians.
definitely one of the best known Romanian composers.
Wrote some great stuff. My goodness gracious, he wrote some great stuff.
How do you know? How come you know them?
I just know. I studied music.
Uh-huh. Where did you study music?
Pardon?
Where did you study music?
Well, at the university level, I was at Temple.
Okay.
And
I used to teach it.
I had some great teachers out there. But yeah, I got my doctorate in music from Temple University.
Oh, doctor. Okay, nice. Mhm. So accordion is a specialty?
Well, when I got there, Temple didn't accept accordion, so I had to major in piano, and I did a double major. I did piano and voice,
I see.
which I would never recommend anybody do a double major. I have no clue what was going through my mind at that time. I was young, stupid, and foolish. That's what it was.
Okay.
Okay, I haven't played for a while. I'm gonna try a piece, and I'm glad Eric is listening because I just sent Eric this song this morning. This is fresh off the printer, and I hope I can play it. Okay, here we go. attempt. Thank you. That song
Thanks.
is called Am Yisrael. Online, there's a big dance to this, and it's just a fun song. We're learning it.
Yeah, sounded nice.
Thanks. The band is going to sound great on that. Okay, and that's all I have.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. I
Okay,
didn't see, I wish I didn't see everyone's name on here. I would have asked Bob to play Phantom of the Opera
Jeff
for
left.
Mary. What's that?
well, okay. Well, folks, I'm going to have to sign off here. Thanks, Gary, for pulling this together again.
All
I
right.
sure appreciate that.
Absolutely. Susan, feel better. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks,
You too.
Gary.
All right. Have a good
Bye.
week.
Everybody take good care of yourselves. Take care now.
You too.
Right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Calman, for being here.